What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin, XCN, USD. It is the 15th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $0.0082 with 6 hours, 50 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. So it's like whenever I'm bullish, we move down. When I'm bearish, we move up. When I'm bullish, we move down. That's how it seems to be over the past week now. We're in this consolidation phase. I feel like the price action has been a little bit tricky, but I will say this, moving down 8% today and closing here, it's not a good look. I wouldn't want to see this happen. I mean, from a low to a high, again, the objective is to not close below this line. It's not that far away from closing above it. We can certainly close above it easily. But closing here or lower, I think would be a problem. Because at that point, effectively, we've gone to the 382, found resistance at the 236, and now we're back below it. The statistical probability of going here or here is enormous. I mean, at this point in time, there's a pretty high chance just with this fib alone that we do go down to about 0073 to 00638, or even a little bit lower than there. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame and zoom out and see if the indicators today will be honest or not. Maybe if we come up with a bearish video, that'll mean that we pump. We'll see. But I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to play the I'm bearish quote unquote cards. No. If I'm bearish, I will actually be bearish. If I'm bullish, I will actually be bullish. And whatever the call is, we're going to live with that or die with it. 1 hour time frame here. Volume is picking up a little bit as you're moving down, but really not that much. I mean, the grand aspect of everything, you're dying off in volume. Relatively here, sure, you built up a little bit of volume as you move down, but really not much. Again, reinforcing the idea that I've been saying for months now, even before this pump, there really is no more selling pressure. I don't think that there's not a lot of sellers at all. This might be part of like standard volatility because of Bitcoin, other things, I don't know, but no, I mean, it's not that impressive. This lack of volume gives me a little bit of hope that we could find support here. Low here to a high there, not the fake out high. We did break through the golden ratio. Oh, okay, so we found resistance to the golden ratio on the first attempt, or support, I should say. Broke through it now. The statistical probability that we find support here is pretty good, but what we do with it after is what matters, right? We've got about 6 hours, 47 minutes left in this day. Can we come down to this area and come back up above 0028 before the end of the day, or is it 38? What's the fib level? Hold on. I think it's 0028 or 8. I'm sorry, 828, not 0028. My bad. 00838. So 00838. Hopefully we can come up and close above 00838 by the end of the day, which is basically right here at our golden ratio zone. I could see it happening. I mean, 6.5 hours left in the day. I definitely could see that happening. We'll see. 1 hour RSI is pretty oversold. Doesn't mean you can't get more oversold, but you're pretty damn oversold, like the most that you've been oversold actually in quite some time on the 1 hour time frame, right? You don't really typically get too much more oversold than this. So I would think that we're probably at an area where we will find support. Whether it's here or a little bit lower, it probably is a little bit lower. Stochastics are bearish, the MACD is bearish, but I think we already knew that. 4 hour time frame here, the RSI is truly neutral. It's truly neutral with a bearish position right now, I suppose, being down here, but overall very neutral. Not getting oversold, not getting overbought. Yes, we're here. We're at these like lower levels in the RSI, but we also have higher lows in the price. That's hidden bullish divergence. Your stochastics are bearish, but you're in the oversold area. This is a perfect area to kind of reset yourself and start to grow from. The MACD on the 4 hour is also right here at the 0, perfect area to bounce from. The oscillators, the blue line and the orange line, they're right here at the 0, perfect area to bounce from. Just like we were expecting here, but now we have a second chance. Right now we're actually, because we've been building bearish momentum, right? We've got lower lows in our MACD. We've been building bearish momentum, but we have higher lows in our price. So that's again hidden bullish divergence. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. There's no hidden bullish divergence here because you do have a lower low between these 2 points, and this is not a lower low between these points. This is actually a higher low, so never mind. But still the point being, I think the MACD, the stochastics, and the RSI all together are in positions where you might expect to bounce, actually. So it's not a bad thing. With that being said, again, just the way that this very, very insignificant fib is positioned, I wouldn't be too surprised if we went down to 00815 to 00795. And if we did, I would expect that we bounce from there. And the only hope is that this, if it were to happen, why does that keep happening? If it were to happen, I keep clicking the wrong thing. That's why. If this were to happen, my only hope is that we recover fast, that we see a nice quick recovery. And OnyxCoin typically at its lows does make short work of these little recovery phases. So I would and do count on the fact that we will be above 0038 by the end of today in the next 6 hours and 45 minutes, essentially. 4-hour time frame looks good enough. I mean, it does look sad, but we're at a point for support, so I'm just hoping that that's what we find. Hoping by the time that you guys watch this video, we are recovering. Daily time frame. Let's talk about what happens if we don't recover. Let's talk about what happens if we do close below this 382. Again, statistically speaking, the likelihood that we'd go down to 0073 at least, or likely lower, is pretty damn high. And the area that I would expect that we go to is either 0073 to 00587, somewhere in this zone here. Probably the golden ratio zone. But there is a chance that you could find support here at the 0.5. There is prior resistance right there after all. It could happen. It really could happen. But at this point in time, something lower, at a minimum, let's just see what percentage that would be from the current price. Be anything from 10% to a 30% drop. That's my 5-month-old, if you guys keep hearing her. She's just babbling. She's like actually starting to learn how to talk and stuff, so she's going ba 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 ba. Anyways, it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty damn cool. Anyways, like this is like new behavior like over the past couple days. Anyways, if we do close above the 382 today, if we do get that close above the 382 and we persevere, there's still a statistical probability that we go down here, because finding support at the 382, rejecting the 236, and coming back down here, and then moving up, that doesn't happen often. It does happen. I've seen it happen before. With OnyxCoin even, I've seen it happen before. But it's not common to go from your 382 to your 236 back down here and then recover. Typically you do break. So even if we close above 00838, we're not out of the woods yet. But we're at least not condemned. Okay, we're at least not condemned. So that's the goal. Really, we need to, for salvation, we need to get above 1 cent. We need to get above 00991. That's what we need to get above, okay? Until we're above there, we are in the hot seat. And the hot seat is, it's like a magnet down to this area. I don't know. That's where the attraction is. Regardless, if we move down, we find support at a higher low, we move sideways, we move up, we move down, whatever it is that we do, all paths will take us higher inevitably. We're going to move up higher. And the next target area, at least that I'm considering from here, would be anywhere from about 2 to 3 cents, maybe even a little bit above 3 cents. But from a high to a low here, my expectation is that we'd stop somewhere between about 1.9 to 2.28 cents or 2.9 to 3.7 cents, something like that. Something in either of these areas, right? And I circle both those areas like that because it's not that you're going to stop somewhere between here and here, and it's just a giant area that you're going to stop at, because I highly doubt that you stop in the center of this. I highly doubt that you stop right here. You're more likely to stop in this zone or this zone than you are in this zone. Does that make sense? So it's not just the whole area. It's basically either area being divided by this center part here. So 1.9 cent to 2.2 cents, if not 2.9 cents to 3.7 cents. That's the next target area. At a minimum, percentage-wise, that's about a 2.3x. At a maximum, that could be about a 4.5x. And of course, we do have expectations that we will see a 10-cent price and beyond, probably by the end of Q1, if not sometime in Q2, like early Q2, which could result in anything from like an 11x, 12x move to a like 27, 28x move. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. I'm not seeing a whole lot that's convincing me that we're going to bounce from here and that we are absolved of going lower. So brace for that, prepare for that. It's very possible. But I am still sticking with the call. I am still sticking with the call that we don't go lower, that we do go up. And I want to be clear. I think that the statistical probability right now, just based off the fibs, would be that we go lower. If we can close above 00838, the statistical probability goes, it's a little bit less that we go lower, but it's still pretty good that we go down. Okay? If you want that statistical probability to change, we have to get above 1 cent. Not just get above there, but close above there. Close above 00991 or something like that, whatever it was. And then we're absolved, and then we're ready to go. I'm maintaining the stance that we don't go below this low. But if we do go below this low, or if we close below 00838 today, then I will automatically then take the bearish stance. So for now, I'm bullish. I'm keeping the bullish expectation. But even if I don't make a video, if you're looking at the video, if you're looking at the price feed, and by the end of the day closes down, it's that final minute, and we're below 00838, I will take the bearish presumption. That's my stance. If we're above it, I will maintain my bullish stance. Okay. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.